Imagine staring a 500-pound lion directly in the face and feeling absolutely zero fear. Not bravery, not courage, just pure, biological indifference to death. Welcome to the terrifying mindset of the honey badger, nature's most arrogant survivor. A creature so aggressively violent that even the king of beasts actively pretends not to see it. But how does a 30-pound animal survive being bitten, crushed, and poisoned every single day? You have heard the internet memes, but the evolutionary science is actually much darker. It is not about a bad attitude, it is about possessing an impenetrable biological armor. To understand this fearless nature, we must look at how they are perfectly engineered for war. The honey badger's skin is remarkably thick, rubbery, and incredibly loose around its muscular body. This loose skin allows them to twist and bite even when gripped by powerful jaws. But armor is only one part of the equation when surviving in the harsh African bush. Their jaws are powerful enough to crush heavy tortoise shells with a single terrifying bite. Combine this physical strength with a highly intelligent, problem-solving brain, and you get a monster. Our story begins in the dry scrubland, where a highly venomous puff adder lies camouflaged. This snake possesses enough cytotoxic venom in a single bite to kill 4 grown men. Most animals have an instinctive, deeply ingrained fear of this distinct, terrifying hissing sound. But the honey badger hears the warning hiss and immediately charges forward without hesitation. The snake strikes with lightning speed, burying its fangs deep into the badger's thick snout. Any other animal would retreat immediately, their body quickly succumbing to the lethal toxins. Instead, the honey badger violently tears the snake apart and begins to eat it alive. But the heavy dose of venom is already rushing through its small, hyperactive bloodstream. Within minutes, the powerful neurotoxins begin to shut down the badger's central nervous system. It collapses onto the dusty earth, its breathing becoming shallow, completely motionless and vulnerable. In the wild, showing this level of weakness is an absolute, undeniable death sentence. Scavengers circle above, waiting for the inevitable moment when the small creature finally expires. But here is where the honey badger's biology defies everything we know about animal science. Their genetic mutation has physically altered the shape of their body's muscular nicotinic receptors. This evolutionary hack means the snake's venom simply cannot bind to the badger's nerve endings. While it looks dead, its liver is rapidly filtering out the massive, lethal chemical dose. 2 hours later, a seemingly miraculous event occurs right in the middle of the dirt. The honey badger twitches, violently shakes off the paralysis, and stands back up on its feet. It does not run away, it simply walks back to the half-eaten snake and continues its meal. This evolutionary superpower allows them to hunt the deadliest snakes on Earth with impunity. But immunity to venom is useless when facing the raw, crushing mechanical power of a giant. As the harsh savanna sun beats down, the badger heads toward the murky riverbank. The water's edge is a notorious killing zone, heavily guarded by ancient, armored assassins. Beneath the calm surface, a massive Nile crocodile is silently watching the small mammal approach. With the sudden explosion of water, the prehistoric reptile lunges from the muddy shallows. The massive jaws clamp down hard, attempting to drag the badger into a watery grave. This is a death roll, a technique designed to drown and dismember large, heavy prey. But the crocodile has drastically underestimated the structural integrity of its small victim. Instead of panicking, the honey badger uses its incredibly loose skin to twist around entirely. While trapped inside the jaws, it viciously bites down directly on the crocodile's sensitive eye. The intense, unexpected pain forces the ancient predator to immediately release its powerful death grip. Slipping free from the water, the badger scrambles up the muddy bank, bruised but completely alive. It violently shakes off the mud and water, pausing only to catch its quick breath. Most animals surviving a crocodile attack would immediately seek a quiet place to hide and heal. Instead, the honey badger continues its confident, arrogant march straight across the open savanna plains. But the commotion at the river has attracted the attention of the ultimate apex predator. A pride of lions, the undisputed kings of the savannah, has been watching from the tall grass. 5 massive, muscular lionesses slowly fan out, instinctively forming a tight, inescapable hunting circle. A single honey badger weighs roughly 30 pounds, a single lioness weighs over 300. Mathematically, biologically, and logically, this is a fight that simply cannot be won. The badger stops walking, fully realizing that it is completely surrounded by giant, lethal killers. But the fear center in its brain simply does not register the overwhelming size discrepancy. Instead of attempting a futile escape, the small badger aggressively drops its head low. It releases a terrifying, rattling growl that vibrates through the dry savanna air. The youngest lioness steps forward, expecting the small creature to finally turn and flee. In a shocking display of aggression, the badger charges directly at the massive feline's face. The sheer audacity of the attack causes the 300-pound predator to physically recoil in confusion. But a mature lioness strikes from behind, hitting the badger with the force of a sledgehammer. The heavy blow sends the badger rolling violently through the thick, suffocating red dust. It should have been a broken spine, an instant, painless death for the small mammal. But that incredibly thick, rubbery skin absorbs the massive kinetic impact like a biological shield. The badger twists within its own loose hide, snapping its jaws viciously at the attacking paw. A sharp crunch echoes as the badger's teeth sink deep into the lioness' heavy foot. She roars in agonizing pain, shaking her heavy paw to throw the vicious attacker off. The entire pride hesitates, utterly confused by prey that fights entirely to cause maximum pain. The badger spins in a blur of motion, aggressively snapping at any nose that comes close. It stays incredibly low to the ground, making itself an almost impossible target to pin down. Every time a lion tries to bite its spine, the loose skin simply slides out of the grip. The battle turns into a chaotic, dusty frenzy of snarling, hissing, and heavy, frustrated roars. The badger is bleeding, panting heavily, its immense energy reserves draining by the second. The alpha lioness steps in, pinning the small creature to the dirt with her massive forearm. She opens her enormous jaws, aiming directly for the badger's exposed, vulnerable neck. In a split second, the badger twists its head up and bites the lion's lower lip. It locks its jaws completely, refusing to let go, hanging suspended as the lion shakes. The alpha roars furiously, throwing her head backward until the badger is finally thrown free. The dust begins to settle, revealing the impossible standoff in the fading twilight. The lions are standing around, exhausted, bleeding from their noses, utterly confused by the resistance. The small badger, covered in dirt and blood, is still standing its ground, panting heavily. It watches the massive predators, asserting absolute dominance through sheer, undeniable willpower. Slowly, one by one, the mighty lionesses take a step backward, breaking the hunting circle. They sit down in the dust, effectively giving up a hunt that costs too much energy. Only when the giant predators look away does the small badger finally begin to turn. It limps slightly, its heavily armored body battered, but its spirit remains completely unbroken. It walks away from a fight that defied all logic, leaving the apex predators behind. This is the absolute reality of the honey badger, an animal evolution perfectly engineered for war. It survives not by being the biggest, but by being the most difficult to kill. It uses its incredibly thick skin as a shield and its fearless aggression as a weapon. It turns its loose hide into an offensive advantage, twisting to bite its attackers. It possesses a mutated nervous system that literally neutralizes the deadliest venom on the continent. These are not just aggressive traits, they are highly specialized, scientifically proven survival mechanisms. The honey badger is nature's ultimate survivor, thriving in an environment designed to destroy it. It proves that true power in the wild is not always measured by sheer physical size. Sometimes, power is measured by the sheer, terrifying willingness to never back down. If you ever see a honey badger walking alone through the African bush, pay respect. Because you are looking at a creature that even the king of beasts refuses to fight. What is the most incredible honey badger story you have ever heard or seen? Drop your answers in the comments below, and let us know what animal we should cover next. Do not forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button. Join our community for more hyper-realistic deep dives into the incredible world of wild animals. The savannah is unforgiving, but the honey badger simply does not care.